Hello everybody, this is Hockey Pounds and you are watching a shift-by-shift video with commentary on 2015 NHL Draft eligible forward Nicolas Roy. Now, I've done a few of these videos before, but this is the first time doing commentary. I've had people ask my opinions on prospects, so this seems to be the appropriate forum. The game is also in French, so I figure having some feedback in English might be preferable for you. This also provides a better opportunity to focus on the one player. Roy is the right wing in blue wearing number 55. He is on the starting line with Dauphin and Ranger. As an aside, I apologize if I butcher any names as I don't speak a lick of French. Anyway, let's get the game going. Keep in mind I am not a scout. I just have a love of the game and am fascinated by prospects. For years when the Kings would draft players, I'd ask, what kind of players are they? That's when I started thinking how nice it would be to have this kind of video. I want to emphasize this is not a highlight reel. Don't get me wrong, I like those videos, but players don't have highlight reel plays all the time. I think highlights, subconsciously at least, create unfair expectations on prospects. This may be only one game, but I think it paints a clear picture and provides more objectivity, which I think is how players should be viewed. After all, Baie Comeau had a highlight reel goal in the shootout, but I don't see anyone climbing over to bring him back into the NHL. Alexander Ovechkin's goal while sliding on his back is pretty sick, but how many times in Ovechkin's career have we seen him shoot while on his back? Not enough to evaluate what kind of player he is. So, hopefully, you can appreciate this video for how it's intended. Chicoutimi is on the power play due to a trip, and Roy gets a nice secondary assist from the half wall, passing to the point to make it 1-0. Baie Comeau tied up the game on the power play while Roy was off the ice. I am disappointed Roy was not used at all on the penalty kill. I don't know the rationale, but it would be nice to see how Roy would handle the PK. I noticed during this shift, Roy doesn't play deep either on the forecheck or on the backcheck. He's out of sight right now, but he's hustling through the neutral zone trying to catch up to his line mate. He drives to the net, but Ranger can't find him. Roy follows up by throwing his weight around along the boards. I do think he does a great job protecting the puck along the boards while his line mates change. Here he is, battling for a good 4 to 5 seconds, and then he can make a change of his own. It takes a while for him to join the forecheck here, but in the end, Roy does a very good job supporting Ranger on the cycle and spotting a Lar jumping in from the point. His pass was just a shade off the mark, but it still provided a good scoring opportunity. I like how he covered the point while the D-man jumped in. He had the puck knocked off his stick, which allowed Baie Comeau to clear. He's a bit relentless and pursues the puck further, but the puck gets forced to the Chicoutimi zone. He's on the way to the bench when he retrieves the puck and gives it to his defenseman. Roy is going to join in just a moment, jumping into the play. He picks up another assist here, which is started by supporting Ranger once again on the forecheck, then skating to a high percentage scoring area and firing at the net. He didn't score the goal, but Dauphin jams in the rebound to make it 2-1 Chicoutimi. I will provide some analysis, but I'm going to take a slightly different approach. Instead of trying to make player comparisons or saying what, quote, upside a player may have, I'm a big fan of fit within an organization. I know teams can change, from management to coaching, but I firmly believe some of them are better at developing certain players. In my opinion, the Kings are a great example of a team who can develop players of all sorts, though they are less likely to churn out a high-octane flashy forward. Edmonton, conversely, might struggle to develop a competent bottom-six grinder or functional goaltender. This shift just further demonstrates Roy's ability and willingness to play along the boards. He has decent skating ability, but speed is not the bread and butter of his game. There are times he would benefit from moving his feet more, as you are about to see. He thrives more playing along the boards, whether it's trying to protect the puck or pin the opposition. I really like Waugh's decisiveness right here, where he quickly cuts to the middle and moves the puck forward. I still don't think he's suited for a high-octane system. His size and board play suggest he would benefit more from playing in a grinding system. That last stoppage of play was due to a holding penalty on Baie Comeau, and Waugh goes right back on the power play. He seems to be placed on the half boards a lot while the opposition is down a man. A common theme I've noticed so far is Waugh has trouble controlling the puck a lot, leading to another giveaway on the power play. This shift is going to end shortly with rubbing minors to Nicolas Meloche and Laurent Dauphin. When the whistle blows, that is the last shift for Waugh in the first period. Waugh is starting off the second period at center, with Dauphin being one of the penalized players towards the end of the first. Chicoutimi was missing their top center for the power play. Anyway, one criticism I have of Waugh is he gets a lot of time on the power play, but doesn't have to play on the penalty kill at all. I prefer more well-rounded players, and while he may get some opportunities as he matures, I do think it's important to note he's getting sheltered minutes. Back to some teams I recommend suitable for him. I do think teams like Boston, New Jersey, St. Louis, Los Angeles would be especially good fits, as they are cycling teams who play heavy on the boards and forecheck. He's going to neutralize his power play again here as he fails to control the puck along the boards. Waugh has a pretty good shift here. He comes back to the defensive zone and takes up a position in the slot. I might be nitpicking here, but I would have liked to see him look around when he was in the slot instead of watching the puck the whole time. Despite that, he shows good speed rushing across the ice and creating traffic in front of the net. He's in a prime position for a rebound, but he doesn't bury his chance. Then he shows some good puck control and protection ability, and shows mindfulness of his surroundings before firing a wrist shot on net. Chicoutimi is back on the power play here, and Waugh is getting some more prime power play time, and he will be set up on the half wall again. Going back into fit though, there are some organizations I don't think he would thrive. Teams who prefer open ice or play at high speed, such as the Rangers, Blackhawks, Avalanche, or Maple Leafs, just don't strike me as the best developmental situations for Waugh. The power play will end early here as Janne Puhaka gets penalized for hooking. On to some background information on Waugh. Waugh scored 33 points in 28 games at the AAA level in 2013 before being drafted first overall by Cape Breton. He was later traded to Chicoutimi in September a few months later. He scored 9 points in 6 games at the U17 tournament, and then scored 41 points in 63 games the same year. This year, at the Helenka Memorial Tournament, he scored at a point-per-game clip with 1 goal and 4 assists in 5 games. While these are respectable numbers, for a player his size, I don't think he'll ever really be a high-point producer. I hope you all bear with me while I try to improve the overall quality of these videos. I'm using a new video editing software, which has some limitations, but overall functions a lot better. My first video editor allowed me to make arrows easily and point out the player. However, it crashed several times on my computer, and would take me a long time to make a simple video. I would literally have to save after every cut out of fear of losing my work. My newest video editor doesn't have the same easy object creation capabilities where I can point out the player, but the video edits are much cleaner. So, while I learn more about video editing, I am hoping there will be further improvements. Adding commentary is a big first step for me. I first wanted to put out just a shift-by-shift video and let you, the viewers, make your own assessments about the particular players. However, while I don't fault the announcers for talking about the play, it's not very conducive to the video. On the other hand, this isn't the 20s, so a 20-minute silent film didn't seem appropriate either. Let's see here. A lot has happened. A goal, 2 fights, 2 misconducts, and a cross-checking penalty later, Chicoutimi is back on the power play. Now that Chicoutimi has the man advantage, Watt is back on the ice. Watt gets back to playing the game of his strengths, which I appreciate. He plays hard along the boards, moves the puck well, and is very decisive. He hasn't won too many board battles, but he does win a key one on this shift, which keeps the puck alive and in play in the offensive zone. Overall, this is a very well executed power play by the entire Chicoutimi team. He also, Wall also provides key traffic in front of the net at a key time. The goaltender can't get too comfortable with the battle in front, and a wrist shot from the high slot finds its way into the net and gives Chicoutimi a 4-1 lead. The bench has shortened further near the end of the second period, as 2 more fights occurred in a 20-second span. This is obviously a very heated contest, and while I like a good fight as much as the next guy, I do appreciate that, up until this point, Law has played a very honest and composed game. There are going to be matching roughing minors coming up as there's a scuffle towards the end of the shift. Law joins in on the fray. I like that, though. While I know he just commended his discipline, I can also appreciate his standing up for a teammate. This is Wall's final shift in the second period. Chicoutimi just finished with a successful penalty kill after the parade of infractions towards the end of the second. We're now shortly into the third period, with Watt joining in at even strength. This is a fairly inconsequential 30-second shift for Watt. He misfires his cross-ice pass to the defenseman. However, Baie Comeau's chip from behind the center ice line led to an icing anyway. After a brief respite, Watt gets reunited with Dauphin and Ranger on the top line. However, I once again really appreciate Wall's tenacity here. After skating down the center, he supports the puck carrier and feeds it back to the slot to the third forward. Play had to stop, though, as Chicoutimi goes back on the power play. Here's the ensuing power play I just mentioned. As we're now in the third period here, I do want to make some criticisms/observations about Watt. It's important to know some things I care about and some things I don't care about. Right out of the gate, I will say I care very little about skating, and I have 3 reasons. First of all, there have been plenty of successful NHLers who weren't great skaters. Second of all, it's a very correctable problem. Third of all, I flat out suck at evaluating technique. so I don't want to criticize something I know little about. Unless it's something obvious, I'll leave skating alone, though Waugh could have moved his feet a little bit more there. Baie Comeau scored just before this face-off to make the score 4-2. An understated trait I do value which Waugh shows here is strength and ability on the boards. Waugh was able to fish the puck out, bring it to the middle of the ice, and create a scoring chance for Chicoutimi. Another quality I admire in prospects is utility and two-way play. One-dimensional forwards are fun to watch, but it's important for prospects to be able to help the team win even when they're not scoring. Waugh, for example, just carried the puck up to the blue line, neutralized the defender, and kept rushing forward to get a shot off. I also think it's important to value competitiveness, respect, and honesty. Competitiveness is pretty straightforward. I think it's important the player hustles, hits, and hates to lose. Most players are like this, but I certainly think there are different degrees. When I say respect, I don't mean the player has to say, quote, "pardon me," as he rams the guy into the boards. I mean respect as far as getting physical to take a player out of the play without taking the player out. Don't take cheap shots or attempt to injure. Finally, there's honesty. This is pretty similar to respect, but I don't like players who try to draw calls such as embellishers and divers. Chicoutimi scored just over halfway into the third period to make it 5-2. Back to competitiveness, I think Waugh has a good, genuine overall respect for the game. I think he sometimes stops moving his feet, but it wouldn't scare me away from him. Vision is a big deal to me. I'll let Waugh's steal and pass speak for themselves. A goalie change and less than a minute of game time later, Baie Comeau scored again to make it 6-3. Back to vision. This goes along with the often misused term hockey sense. How well is a player positioned? Does he know when to attack and when to stay back? Does he know what to do with the puck and where to put it when there are no options? Does the player know how to make options? This is not a flashy aspect of player analysis and often gets overlooked because in order to appreciate what a player is processing at high speeds, you have to watch the shift over a couple times. Waugh's latest assist was a prime example of exceptional hockey sense. He knew when to press and lift the stick, he looked over as he was getting the puck to spot Dauphin, then he slid the puck under the opposition stick. The second assist is also a great example. He put himself in prime scoring position and tried to fire through his screen, which made things difficult for the goalie to handle. I have mixed feelings on size. There are plenty of great players who are small, but I usually place higher value on larger guys if he can do something as well as a smaller guy. There's just that opportunity to have a greater impact on the ice. Now, if a guy plays like a smaller guy, where he won't initiate contact and stays out of dirty areas, then I'm a bit disappointed. At 6'4" and 202 pounds, Waugh is a pretty big guy. He doesn't seem to go to the dirty areas very often, but I wouldn't say he plays small either. He can also add a fair bit of strength to be hard to play against. I also have mixed feelings on puck skills. From what I've seen, players who are exceptional with the puck as prospects remain exceptional with the puck as professionals. It's not something you see drastically improve very often as a player matures, like you might see with skating, so some competency is required. However, depending on the team, that may not matter much anyway. Chicoutimi is on the power play towards the end of the game here, after there were 5 more misconducts issued. To finalize my analysis, these were the main traits that I look at when I evaluate players. When it comes to Waugh, there's a lot to like. He is a bigger kid who not only is willing to use his size and play competitively, but he doesn't play to injure. He's strong on the boards and has good hockey sense and vision. He moves the puck well. He would benefit from moving his feet more, improving his overall utility and two-way play, and be more consistent with puck control. Overall, though, I think he looks like a solid prospect. Chicoutimi will later score on this power play when Watt is off the ice, resulting in a 7-3 win. I hope you enjoyed this video with commentary, whether or not you agree with my observations. I hope to have you all come back for my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.